Today is Thursday. It's February 27th. So it's amazing how fast this month has gone by, although it's still cold here. Hey, we wanted to spend a minute. Thank you for attending our Peterson Wealth Services point of view. So today I think we all know the issues going on with the coronavirus. We're getting more and more media, streams of social media. People are talking about this virus and the outbreak and how it's going to impact the economy. And we even had the president address the nation yesterday. So Shaun and I wanted to spend a minute talking to you about what we're doing with our portfolios and how we're kind of dealing with this situation. Number one, first and foremost, I think it's important to step back and just take a deep breath and realize that these kind of things occur every so often. Yeah, we've had several outbreaks of other diseases and viruses over the last 20 years, and they come in and out of vogue. So they come in really with a storm and then they kind of fade away over time. That doesn't mean that this isn't serious and people aren't paying attention to it. They definitely are. But we all know that things happen, diseases occur. The flu virus affects people in a negative way every year. So with our portfolios, we want to make sure that we're looking long-term, we're diversified, and we're not panicking and reacting to news. Rather, we're taking offensive approaches to it. So the market's giving us actually what we feel is an opportunity. Here we are sitting at a 10% correction in a very short period of time. It's been a very sharp correction over the last 3 or 4 trading days.
That's true. That's what we've seen. And what we often see with these situations is uncertainty in the markets usually causes panic. So how many cases, how do we test this, how do we prevent this from spreading? And there's just a lot of uncertainty in the market, and that's what causes this violent volatility, if you will. But what we're telling clients right now is don't lose your long-term perspective. We can't let one day, a week, a 2, or even a month period of market volatility throw off your long-term goals. And that's why when we're building our portfolios, we build them with diversification in mind. We're not just in Dow stocks. Remember, the Dow index is what's most widely followed, and it's only 30 companies. So we're building around that. We'll have large companies, medium-sized, small-sized companies, international. We'll have fixed income. We'll have short-term bonds, money market things. So we're building our portfolios knowing that we will have events like this. So that should give our clients comfort knowing that they're not just in one index. That's why they reported.
And like last year, when we saw technology stocks going up so much, people start wondering, why am I not all in one area? Like, why am I not 100% technology? Well, this is the reason why.
Exactly.
Why we have so many funds in the portfolio is to prevent very, very difficult environment becoming worse. So in those portfolios, you're going to see that some of your funds are holding up nicely or better than others. Okay, technology stocks are taking the biggest beating because they ran up the most. Now that means for us is we're sitting here writing lists of companies that we really like at these prices. They're getting oversold. So for those clients out there who are watching this, people who are just wondering what to do, these are the types of opportunities where you kind of, in my opinion, take advantage, especially when you're young, still accumulating assets through your 401k plans, retirement plans. You have money in the bank, you're wondering, and it's not really growing that much. These are the types, when you get a 10% correction, they don't happen all that often. In the last video, we showed you how often they occur, and you usually get 2 or 3, every year. We haven't had one for a while, okay? So this is an opportunity, we think, put some money to work, some fresh powder. We are not going to be market timers here. We're not going to be going in and out, in and out. It's easy, it sounds easy on the surface to sell when you get a lot of panic like this, to sell. But then the problem is, the big problem is, when do you lock
back in? So
we're trying to take that off the table. People just always are hesitant to go back in once they're out, okay? And Shaun and I's job is to continue to invest through these downturns. And so people who have cash and they're bringing in money, we're actually recommending right now, remember what we're saying, this is your chance. If you're making contributions or planning on getting money invested for your long term, this is your chance to do that.
Exactly. And for clients that are already invested with us, maybe in distribution mode, like I mentioned earlier, we know these things will happen. So distributions won't be coming from equity funds right now. They may come from your cash holdings that we have for you or your fixed income space right now. So I think overall, just know that this is one of those events that will happen. This will pass. and we'll still continue. We don't see this as sending us into a recession or anything with a huge impact like that. We think that this will be just another event. We'll look back in a year and maybe a lot of people won't even remember the coronavirus, because we've seen this happen time and time again.
We don't talk about Ebola anymore. We don't talk about SARS anymore, the swine flu. So these things, remember, they're in vogue for a minute and then they're out. But right now it seems like everyone's panicking because it's nothing, everything on TV is focused on this. There's no other news, really. It's this. So remember, we're here watching things. If things get significantly worse, we have some plans. We already raised a little bit of cash before this ever came into existence because of the market levels. So in early January, we started to build up cash positions just a little bit larger. So went from 2% cash up to 4 or 5% cash in the models. That being said, we're going to look to maybe trim that back down. So stay tuned. Thanks for joining us today. We'd love to hear your feedback, and jump on the phone if you'd like to talk to us about your particular situation.
Thank you.
Take care out there.